Shabbir Shah, the separatist leader who, remember, has been in the custody of the ED, has been singing like a canary, is something that we can confirm to you now. My colleague Shavan, who joins us on the broadcast, is actually putting out details of the confession that this man, remember, now has made with the Enforcement Directorate. And Shavan, interestingly, I believe that the most important point that he does outline, he says that I have been in direct touch with Hafiz Saeed, the mastermind of 2611.
Well, that's right, Deepthi. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Republic TV is the only channel with the full interrogation report, 19-page report that Republic TV has accessed. And this becomes even more shocking given the fact that all this while it was known that Shabbir Shah was a Pakistani agent. But today you have in front of you an evidence, the fact that he's admitted before the Enforcement Directorate that he was actually in touch with Hafiz Saeed. Not just that, as latest as January 2017. And also from this particular report that we have accessed and that we'll be putting out right now, is that full details, disclosure of how actually money was coming in from Pakistan, how Shabbir Shah was actually using it, and also his close aide Mohammed Wani, who was actually arrested by the Enforcement Directorate, also puts out details as to how Hawala racket was being organized by Hafiz Saeed, and thereafterwards also through various agents, finally money coming to Shabbir Shah through New Delhi. Now what we also have details is how the money flow actually took place. The fact is that there have been Hawala dealers that Shabbir Shah was actually in touch with, and the fact is that money was essentially coming directly from Pakistan. All this while, remember, even in that NIA investigation, what the NIA has been looking at is the very fact that how the money has been coming through various other multiple cities, so that it does not catch the eye of the investigators. But right now, as far as Shabbir Shah is concerned, he is making it very clear that the money was directly coming from Pakistan through Hawala, and his Hawala operators were also spread across the country. Most of the money essentially coming through, being routed through New Delhi, and the very fact that Mohammed Wani, his closest aide, has also corroborated this entire funding link, which basically goes on to prove how Pakistan was directly sending money, and how people like Shabbir Shah, the so-called separatists, were actually routing this money for anti-national activities in the valley.
You know, then this is huge, Shavan, because look at what it's going to be telling us. For the very first time, you had the National Investigative Agency actually going after these people, and many in the valley cried foul. Many said that, we are going after the separatists, but look at what it has yielded. It's giving us the first very concrete proof, something that was only talked in hushed whispers. Today is the reality, because it seems that this man already has confessed to not just the terror link, the Hawala route, also the fact that I believe that he spoke to Hafiz Saeed as early as January this year.
Right, Deepthi, the fact is that it is essentially proven right now the link that all these separatists have with Pakistan. Now this, as far as this interrogation report is concerned, this is just one of the interrogation report, and remember, this is a multi-agency investigation that is being carried out. You have on the one hand the Enforcement Directorate, which is questioning Shabbir Shah as far as money laundering is concerned. On the other hand, you have a massive investigation that is being carried out by the National Investigating Agency, and in that particular probe that has been carried out so far, remember, there have been multiple arrests that have been taken place. Second-rung separatist leaders have been arrested. 7 of them have arrested. Remember, 1 of them have already turned an approver, and he's also admitted before the National Investigating Agency how Pakistan was essentially playing a very important role as far as the unrest is concerned, how money essentially coming in from Pakistan and how it was basically being diverted for stone pelting and several other activities like school burning. More importantly, all of this, many try to basically peddle the lie that this was a spontaneous activity, with activities like school burning, or for that matter even stone pelting. But now these investigation clearly goes on to nail the lie that they were trying to peddle, that this is not a spontaneous activity, and the fact that this was somewhere down the line well orchestrated by none other than the so-called separatists, the so-called leaders in the valley. And that is the reason why they're saying the real intent of the Kashmiris being completely suppressed by the very leaders, the separatist leaders, because they are the ones at the end of the day who have been getting that the money from Pakistan. And remember, they've been utilizing for themselves. They from rags to riches story have also come out. You have seen the second-rank leaders who were actually no one suddenly turning out to become big businessmen in the valley,
But
because they've been
these
receiving